Happy Friday, Denver, and welcome to Denver's finest podcast. You will not find a better collection of talent or a better written show or literally anything more entertaining in the entire universe. I'm overstating that. I've gone too far. Let's dial it back. My name is John Ekstrom. You just heard the Fricashinas who are flying across the screen right now. And we are a part of the Mile High Life Network. So, if you're watching us on YouTube, we love you for it. Thank you for that. Keep doing that. But if you'd like to download the audio, we're on podcatchers everywhere. That is a great way of engaging with us. Take it on the go. Take it on a run. Take it when you drive, whatever you're doing. Happy Friday is here for you. My name is John Ekstrom. I already said that. Let's go to someone else. Here's Kevin Batstone.
Happy Friday, Denver. It's been a wet and wild week. You know, a lot of storms out there, so hopefully we dry out for a tremendous weekend.
Kevin, Wet and Wild Batstone. More on that here in just a minute. My other co-host running the ones and twos tonight is Arthur Raw.
Happy to be here. What an experience life is, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. So here we are. I call this Denver's Best Podcast because where else are you going to get chat like this? Our lead story tonight goes to Kevin Batstone, and he's going to talk about something very important that you should all be doing and maybe think about applying to get paid for it. So, Kevin.
This is pretty cool stuff, guys. I'll be honest with you. If you like doing masturbation and you want to get paid for doing masturbation.
I really like the way you say doing, too. The way you're like, do sex and do masturbation. You go, I'm like, I mean, I guess people do those, but I never hear it couched in exactly those terms.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's addictive how Kevin talks about the doing. I've picked it up.
Doing.
I start saying, "Do you do weed?"
Oh, like yeah.
I've said that to people.
Are we going to do beers tonight?
Yeah. Are we doing that?
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
Kevin, way to be a trendsetter.
You could do a lot of things, and one of the things you could do is get paid $1,000 a year for doing masturbation.
A year?
Yeah.
It's just a year?
It's a year deal. So, I tried to break it down a little bit, right? So, how many times, I didn't dove into this article. We read it. Basically, this is what they're doing.
We did some math yesterday, basically.
Okay.
We did some math. Mm-hmm. So, Lovehoney, which is a British company, they have an orgasm advisory board. Okay, this is very, very efficient. And what they're looking for is individuals to do masturbation with free sex toys. Now, what I didn't find out is if they have to film it, if they have to blog about it.
I doubt it.
There has to be something going on with it. They have to give feedback. In
some type of review.
Some type of review.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's say they just do it once a week. That's $20 per time.
No, but I thought we said like 4 times per week.
No, we said 4 times a month, so once a week.
Oh, okay. Is that
okay.
what
would equate to the $1,000 payout? But either way, I think from what I got from this guy, I don't know how much you looked into it, but they're kind of looking for more of a female demographic here because their sex toy market is massive.
The abundance of sex toys.
That's like a given. That's like a given, right?
There really aren't that nearly as many.
Yes.
Well, and they're not as creative for men. Like, they're more creative for women.
Right. Well, the female anatomy is a little bit more complex.
There is.
Than what's going on with the male anatomy. Which, there's a lot more variables there that you can sort of account for using different types of toys, and so maybe that leads us to greater understanding and more power to you.
I think it's a cool idea. Get paid to do masturbation. It's healthy. Some say it improves sleep and improves. I mean, I know I'm less likely to lash out at my fellow man.
Sure.
So I think it's an important thing to think about and get involved with.
Well, I like the way you guys said once a week, which I think is shockingly low. There's going to be a lot of work off the clock here.
That's true.
I would imagine.
That is true.
So you got to do it for money at a certain point, but I imagine there's plenty of times where you're punching the clown, for no money. Right?
It's out of a necessity.
It's a physical necessity.
When you're as high-strung and as productive in society as the people on these couches in this room,
how dare you, sir?
I absolutely do dare, John. And here's the thing: when we go so hard in the streets, you know what they say.
You got to go hard in the sheets.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, that could relate to a lot of things. I mean, are you talking like aggressively masturbating?
I wasn't peeling back that many layers right now.
Okay. Well, I just wasn't sure.
Maybe Art doesn't want to reveal that level of intimacy here with our listeners, despite the fact that we have talked about that and much more here.
So would you guys do this? Would you guys take on this orgasm advisory job for $1,000 a year?
It depends what they ask of me. Like, what do they need back? I would need some more information. The answer is yes.
No, because I don't want to lose my amateur status so I can masturbate in the Olympics.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
You can't be a professional. So when they come up with that masturbation Olympics, I'll be right there. I'll be the number 1 seed.
That's fair enough. I don't know.
So what would qualify you to be in the masturbation Olympics?
I don't know, but let's go on to our next segment because when it rains, it pours, and when it pours, sometimes it hails. Hail season is here. Kev, this is you again.
Yeah, the hail season's here, guys. Obviously, it's been a wet and wild week, as we talked about. You guys have seen a lot of hail. I've seen pictures coming in all across the city. Thornton got hit bad. The Pinery got hit really bad on Wednesday.
They had snow plows out plowing the highways and shit.
I mean, we're talking
Getting
golf
hail
ball,
off the highway.
to baseball size.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I got some friends who live like in Parker, and man, she posted photos on Insta. It's wild, dude. And so, like, for as much as I bitch about the weather here, literally, my least favorite one is hail. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
it ruins everything. All the plants,
what
everything.
What good comes from hail? Like, either be snow or be rain or get fucked.
Yeah. So doing some research on hail, like my dad, he bought a new Honda CR-V and it got hail damage like a week after it.
Okay.
And then he got the hail damage fixed and it got hailed again on like 2 weeks later.
Tough.
And they're out in the Littleton area, but man,
Littleton gets hit hard.
The hail is bad out here in Colorado, guys. I dug into a little bit of research, and so one of the most destructive hailstorms ever was May 8th, 2017. It did $2.2 billion in damage.
I actually have a story about
so
May
like
8th.
6 years ago, almost to the day, within the week.
Yeah.
So I was selling cars at the time, and
I bet car dealers love hail.
The inventory got wrecked, and we were all just sitting in there. Like, we're like, we can make quota this month. We could all make quota. And we're just sitting there looking out the glass, like watching everything just get wrecked.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
What do they do in those scenarios?
So there's a very talented team that comes out. And then there is also, for the cars that are beyond the repair, massive discounts. So we were selling like brand new cars, like, 2,000 under MSRP and stuff.
Inventory price reductions.
So it was an interesting time. How about y'all?
So I had, we had 2 hailstorms. This was probably what you're referring to, and we had 2 homeowners claims on our roof, and so our insurance company, which let's just make up an insurance company, like just we don't have to slander anyone. It's just some bullshit company
ABC Insurance,
like let's say Travelers, right? Let's just call it.
That's a real place.
Thank you, Art, for stepping on the joke.
Glad you picked that
well
up.
done.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was good, Beavis.
I'll get your cues.
So, they dropped us. We had to go to the fucking secondary insurance market. Our home was insured by Lloyd's of London. You know Lloyd's of London?
I haven't worked with them.
They insure like Dolly Parton's breasts and like they insure like celebrity body parts and stuff.
Troy Polamalu's hair.
Yeah, like they insured Kurt Hennig's back when he was a pro wrestler.
Okay.
And so they also insured our house. So,
interesting.
Yeah, so we were on the secondary insurance market for a little while. That was annoying. But again, not a real insurance company, just Travelers.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They theoretically dropped us. So.
Yeah, hail damage is no joke. Have you got it on the car though? Did you ever have to deal with any car hail damage?
Not too bad, no.
I haven't either.
I have a garage.
Well, that goes a long way. What about you, Art?
On that, I will say that it's fun when you buy an older vehicle and it already has light hail damage because then you don't care what happens.
Right.
You're just like, whatever, I own it, and it's already beat up.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite type of cars, is the old beat up ones.
It can get gnarly.
Yeah, totally. All right, well, we're talking about shit falling from the sky. Let's collect it, right? You can collect rainwater, or can you? Here's a story from Art.
Is it legal to collect rainwater in Colorado? So, yes, it is. You do have to you have to collect it from your rooftop or gutter system, and you can collect it within barrels. You can have up to 2 barrels. They should have a watertight seal on top. So how can you use it though? That's a good question. You actually cannot use this water inside of your household. So you can use it to wash your car, to water your gardens, things of that nature, but you can't use it inside your house. So it is legal within Colorado, 2 big barrels. And my mom actually does this. My mom does it.
This became legal like in the last 5 years too.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah, because do you know why? It's because rainwater, technically, some of it belongs to Nevada and California and Arizona and downstream from us. So the Colorado River Compact is something that was litigated over, hundreds of
100+
years ago.
It's a main vein.
Right. And so technically you were stealing water from the downstream states, but they realized if everyone did this, and not everyone's going to do it, it's not going to make that big a difference. So it's good. Yes, you should be able to collect rainwater. I think it's great.
Pop quiz. Do you guys know how many states that the Colorado River provides water for?
8.
That's a good guess. I don't know.
7. So that was pretty good.
Well done.
Yeah, so I think it's a good idea to collect rainwater. I don't know how they would enforce people using it indoors. I don't really like
It feels
like the
very
rainwater
tough to
enforcement
enforce.
police,
Well,
right?
Well, I guess if there's an HOA, you could get caught for this. So duplexes, triplexes, things like that also do qualify. You have to. It's like a single or multifamily home. So it can't be like this huge apartment building collecting rainwater.
Well, that makes sense.
Sure.
There's a lot of rules to it. So, but yeah, how do you enforce it?
You don't. I mean, it makes sense that the rules are written the way they are. But our good buddy that lives up in the hills, he does it, and uses it for multi-purposes.
Patchy?
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to name any names, but there you go.
Does he work for Travelers?
Apache of
He
land.
works for Travelers, yeah.
No, Apache of land.
Yeah, Apache of land, exactly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's totally how people talk too.
Yeah. Out here in Colorado, I thought you were a native, John.
Apache of land.
Yes.
Apache of land.
Apache.
Fair enough. Okay.
What do we got next here? We got
So
Cool, John.
this is he can do that. I don't give a shit. We're sticking with natural phenomena here, right? We're talking about the Avalanche. And Gabriel Landeskog missed all of this year. The Avs are now out of the playoffs. Landeskog is going to have a cartilage transplant in his right knee. So do you know what initially caused his knee problem? I didn't know this until recently. It was a freak accident. He got cut by Cale Makar's skate blade in 2020.
Ooh.
And it fucked up his cartilage. So now he has to have a transplant. He's going to miss the entire next season.
That's a pretty intense surgery.
He talked to Lonzo Ball, who plays for the Chicago Bulls, about this because he went through that. And so he knows what to expect, and I expect he'll be back. But this is actually kind of a good thing for the Avs because they know now, and they can go over the cap by his $7 million cap hit. And so, hopefully the Avs get the pieces they need. They come back even stronger next year.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's a serious – anytime you talk about knee injuries in general, I mean, we see ACL, MCL tears all the time in professional sports. This is on a different level.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So, the Avs definitely need to regroup a little bit. We'll see what happens with, Nichushkin and that whole ongoing investigation.
What the fuck, man? And the fact that the team has been so silent on that.
Not a lot of comment.
As a PR practitioner.
That's what happened when he was up northwest, right?
As far as we know, man, no one said anything. They've just been tight-lipped about it, and they're like, we hope Nichushkin is a valuable part of our team going forward. What the fuck kind of answer is that, man?
It's
very unsure.
Leaving a lot of people guessing. I mean, all we saw was reports coming out of Seattle that night in the hotel. We've seen what happened, and then we'll see what happens in the offseason. But the Avs, like you said, John, they have some opportunities to work here.
Yeah, all right. Well, they're out of the playoffs. Another band or another group calling it quits here is Sum 41, one of my all-time faves. They've decided to call it quits after 27 years, which that's a long fucking run, man. That's really impressive.
Just imagine if the three of us did Happy Friday Denver for 27 years.
Jesus Christ. That's a long time, bro. John of All Trades has been going on for 9, and that already feels
wild.
like a half a
Pieces
lifetime.
on 4, and I'm ready to give it up.
They're going to release a last LP called Heaven X Hell, or probably Heaven and Hell, and then finish with a worldwide headlining tour. I love these guys, and they play an important role. It's one of my favorite stories with my mom because my college girlfriend wanted to move in with me after her freshman year. I really didn't want to. I wasn't ready for that. So I expressed that to my mom. We were watching Saturday Night Live. I've actually written about this on the John of All Trades blog. And Sum 41 was doing its second musical performance of the night. And so I told her, I'm really worried about it. I don't want to hurt her feelings, blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, blame it on us then. Tell her that's against our beliefs. And the song that was playing was In Too Deep, which one of their bigger hits, right?
That's a good one, yeah.
And at a certain point, my mom, I swear to God, looked at me and she goes, would you say you were in too deep with your girlfriend there? And I go, God damn it, Mom, good joke, well done. And it just made me so happy because it was such a load off. So I carry that with me. That's one of my favorite stories. So it's kind of sad to see him call it quits, but you can't knock the career. Hats off to him.
That's a long time, man. That's a long time, making music, producing music. I mean, I certainly remember back in the TRL days and when MTV was actually cool. Yeah. And they would play music videos, and then MTV2 came out. You'd see a lot of their work, on there. I've never seen them in concert. Did you ever catch them live, John?
Yes, and I don't care for them live.
Really?
Really. They have a whole... I don't want to slander them here, unlike, say, some bullshit insurance company.
That was just one show. That was just one show.
No, I've seen them 3 times, man.
Oh, okay. I figured it was just one.
No, it's 3 times. I've tried it. And tried it, and I go, okay, nope, I'm good now.
Well, I got to give you the SL, the solid lad send on that because you gave it multiple attempts. You really tried.
You liked the music.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
one and
I like
done,
the music.
You know, but you actually showed out.
They got great fucking videos though.
Yeah.
Like they've been on MVT a bunch of times, and that In Too Deep video is my favorite one too because it takes like it pays tribute to Back to School, that Rodney Dangerfield movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the drummer ends up doing a triple Lindy off the platform, which is hilarious, and it reminds me of my time living in Houston. Because that complex looks exactly like where we used to have swim practice. Oh, wow. So just a lot of fucking warm feelings with them, man. Like, what can I say? Music does that to us. It's great.
It brings me back to middle school, late middle school,
Sure.
early high school. A lot of good times in the car. We were just learning how to drive. That's what Sum 41 reminds me
Oh,
of.
yeah, like listening to Fat Lip
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
all that shit, sure.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those nostalgic kind of things. You know, you hear those old songs, like, man,
Dude, their new stuff slaps, though. Like, it's still really good.
does it?
Like, yeah, it's fucking great. Like, them on CD or on... I'm
MP3?
100 fucking years old now.
CD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, pop in the CD here, Grandpa.
GP on the
Let
set.
me put it in my Walkman.
Yeah. Where's my 8-track of Sum 41? But no, like listening to them recorded is I adore them. I think they're terrific.
Yeah,
So.
27 years, hats off, great run, man. I mean, that's incredible. Any band that can make it that long and make a living doing it,
Yeah.
congrats.
It's not easy. That is not easy.
All right, let's go to fishing now, which I did not expect, but you guys both pulled this story. So
Yeah.
there's a guy in Gunnison who pulled a world record-breaking trout. That's fucking cool. Anytime you're doing that, tell me more.
So
Yeah.
I just have to say this really quick because Kevin is the racer of the group. I've admitted to that many times. But as far as speed of adding this article to the Happy Friday script, I got first place this time.
Yep, he did. He got me on that one. Can't argue it.
You've been dying to say that, haven't
No,
you?
I just thought
Okay,
thought of
that
it.
felt like one you
he's
had.
been-
No, I just thought of it.
I don't know about all that, but what I'll tell you is this. Really cool story. A father and son, they're out there doing some fishing, man. And I've done some fishing on the western slope. I caught a massive bass out in Montrose, cutthroat trout up at St. Mary's. But, man, 73.29 pounds and almost 4 feet long. This thing is massive. So
Jesus
it's
God.
still pending. It's still pending the world record, which was previously 72 pounds. And, of course, they took a picture with it, and this thing's believed to be almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to get that big, you'd have to be old as shit if you're a fish.
That's a big fish, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
So,
I fished all over the country. I haven't seen anything like this.
Wow.
I'm not that experienced of a fisherman, but
An angler.
an angler.
Yeah, that's
It's
another
almost
word
like
for fisherman.
It's almost like an arborist, huh? Somebody that's like
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, but for fish.
But for our fishy friends.
Yeah, for someone who's catching the fish.
So,
I bet
doing the
so
fishing.
They returned it
Doing
though.
fishing.
They put it back. They put it back in doing the fishing. Hey, maybe that is.
Let's go do fishing.
Yeah, let's
do fishing.
Let's do fishing. I do want to do
You could
fishing.
go fishing or you could do fishing.
So this thing's back though. It's back in there. So somebody else could potentially catch this in a week or two, and it could weigh more.
Well, and
depending on what it's eating, and apparently that's frowned upon. Like they want to remove it. But I actually agree with the fisherman that day. What was it called again?
being an angler.
Yeah, the angler guy that day. He put it back in. He's like, look, this thing has been around a long time, and he respected life, and I actually stand behind his decision to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
most folks do catch and release. I mean, when we were fishing St. Mary's and I pulled out the cutthroat, the first thing I did was squeeze its belly. Eggs came out, got to throw it back.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat a fish that's pregnant. I mean, that's just, it's a rule. You can't do it. Again, no one's really enforcing it. If you're in a survival situation, that's different. But, man, I bet that trout is delicious.
I'll bet it is. And it's going to end up in some asshole's den, too, like mounted on the wall.
Probably.
Like just some rich prick who, this guy finds it, reports it. Like, that's so cool. But some rich asswipe is going to just be like, hey, look. And then everyone's going to come over and be like, that's great. Can I go now?
Yeah.
Like, because you're making me look at all the things that you have in your house.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a rich guy's house like that?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I just want to fucking leave.
It's like somebody shows up and all of a sudden they're back in kindergarten doing show and tell. Like they're all like I got to go show this shit off. Yeah. Oh, I have a new visitor.
And then I got this.
And then the people who have been there multiple times already, they forgot who they showed this shit to. And so they're re-showing you the same shit in the same
And then there's a story like, well, when we were over in Italy.
Yeah. It reminds me of one of my favorite scenes in SLC Punk. Have you guys seen that movie?
I don't think
It
so.
fucking rules. But they're in this guy. They buy weed from this guy, and he's like rich, but he's like, but wait, and he's like German, so he's like, but wait, there's more, And Matthew Lillard's like, a lot more? And he goes, much more!
Oh, gosh.
And he's like, great. All right. So, speaking of more, let's get gas. All right, it's time to get gas around town. There are 10 places to get gas under $3 as of Monday. Art, where are they?
Yeah, we need more gas and we need more savings, and I want it now. 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
Okay, go wait in the car, man. All right, Kev and I will finish the rest of this show. No, go wait in the fucking car.
I'm on the board this
You're gonna
week.
have to run the board, John.
You can't stop me right now.
Put your big head down on the desk for that.
You cannot.
God damn it, man.
That was great. That was great. Don't let me catch you in those chucks, which are flat-footed, John. Don't let me catch you.
You didn't catch me flat-footed, man.
Don't let me catch you.
That everyone's gonna be singing that now, and like they're gonna turn against our fucking show.
It's my money, and I want it now.
Shut up.
Okay, so I have savings, and I want it now. And honestly, you have to be in Aurora, Denver, Thornton. There's a couple different places. Also, Littleton's on the list. So since this did come out on Monday of this week, these prices may have changed a little bit. But the place where you could get the biggest savings in the Denver area is Shell gas stations in Denver. Costco is coming in last at 10 in Aurora. So Denver, it's $2.73 is what it was. In Aurora, it's $2.98 at the lowest. And look, if you want to check out all 10, go ahead, check out the show notes and the links within.
Oh, dude, you know how to have fun. Like, take a tour of these 10 gas stations around the Denver metro area.
We'll get snacks at all of them on the way because we're going to get hungry.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Get some shitty. Let's get some Four Loko while we're there too.
Ooh, Four Loko, the watermelon. I can't deal with
the
Four
watermelon
Loko.
one. Oof.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never drank Four Loko.
No, so one gas station that I've never been to that pops up on this list often is the Murphy Express. Have y'all ever been?
Yeah, I've been to Murphy Express.
No, where is that?
Well, according to this, there's one in Aurora, there's one in Littleton and Denver. Oh. But I feel like
those are big geographic areas, bro.
They're massive.
Well, you just search Murphy Express in Denver.
But the thing is, though, Art, this Shell Denver, does that mean every Shell in Denver?
No, I pulled it up. These are actually links. And so, like, we should link to the Gas Buddy article in the show notes.
Okay.
So that people
we'll do that.
Can see.
So if folks want to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard to get gas for under $3 a gallon right now. You look at some of the other parts of the country. I mean, Phoenix is coming in at like $4.50. California, same deal.
California's fucked though.
California's been fucked.
California has a bunch of weird policies that make it even more expensive.
Yeah, California's fucked.
This is my old life, dude. Like oil and gas. I know this shit in my bones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get into it here because holy fuck is it complex.
So my question is, if you're living in Parker, Colorado, or Castle Rock or something, are you driving to one of these gas stations with the lowest price gas?
I don't think so.
And then also I had a question for the two of you is, do any of you have petrol stored? Do you have any petrol like in some gas tanks, like a gallon here or something just sitting around?
Not currently.
I got like a half gallon for my snowblower, which I'm going to have to dump that out. Because like gas goes bad pretty quickly.
It does.
Does it?
Which is why, because it's a refined product. Like there's a lot that goes into it, which is why every post-apocalyptic movie, when they're still driving like years after the apocalypse, has happened, is bullshit. Because that gas would all go bad.
How long does gas last for?
A couple of years at best.
I would agree with that because I think what ends up happening is like the potency of the octane starts to fade away. So you're not getting the high octane anymore, and it's still petrol, but it doesn't have the octane to really fuel.
Yeah, it degrades over time.
Yeah.
So it's one of those weird things. It's a refined product that's used like it's meant to be consumed immediately. So which is why you constantly have to replenish the supply.
But like I've never thought about that with gas.
Yeah.
Like I figured it was just one of those things that had preservatives in it.
Right.
Quote unquote, something like it had a long shelf life. You could assume, but
well, like natural gas is more like that than gasoline, which is a very, very specific product. One of tens of thousands of products that is ultimately comes from the oil that we get out of the ground. It's a crazy process, and the more you learn about it, the more complex it gets.
Yeah.
Which is why it's such a fascinating industry.
It is.
Interesting.
No, it is.
Very, very vilified right now. Anyway,
Wow.
so Beetlejuice 2. What the fuck, right? So Beetlejuice 2 is actually going to be released in 2024. This, holy shit, 36 years after this came out, they're doing a sequel finally. That I'm agog that this is happening. Michael Keaton is attached. Winona Ryder's attached. Jenna Ortega is joining. She was recently in Wednesday. She's terrific. But no word if Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Catherine O'Hara, or noted pedophile Jeffrey Jones are going to be in this sequel. Comes out September 6, 2024. I'm excited. Okay, like Beetlejuice is such a singular movie, and so fucking weird.
It is weird.
Like it's around our house. It's one we all love, even my kids already.
I mean, it was one I saw so many times when I was young that I was impressionable, and it just thinking about that movie. There's so many scenes like the board game, and then or when they first get like sucked in and stuff, and then they're like in that lobby room and stuff. Like I just remember all these like areas, and like that one sand creature that was like black and
the
white.
Sandworm.
Yeah, it was like so weird looking.
Whoa, sandworms.
Yeah,
you hate them, right? I hate them myself.
It's embedded in my mind because I saw it as a kid. So I would actually be curious to see where this goes. But my one piece of like criticism is like, okay, yeah, there's no new ideas out there. We get it. Let's make a second
another sequel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, the original Beetlejuice sequel was supposed to be Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, and that never ended up happening. But so this has been kicking around Hollywood. It's like the stuff of lore at this point, forever. And the fact that it's happening, whatever, man. It's Beetlejuice, and I will say this: it came out when I was in second grade. And everyone was obsessed with this line from it, which was he kicks the tree over after they get big again, and he goes, "Nice fucking model, honk honk." You remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do.
God damn that! It's so funny. It's so singular. It's so weird. Just please don't fuck it up.
It's gonna be there is a lot riding on it. I mean, it's kind of like, when Top Gun Maverick was announced, for example, for a movie that took that much time to do a sequel in between, Maverick was badass. I just rewatched it. It was fantastic.
I still haven't seen that. I got to see that. Okay.
My God, dude, I've seen it like 10 times already.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus.
It is on Paramount and on Prime.
Yeah, it's now on Prime too.
I watched it, so you need to check it out. But Beetlejuice, do you think it's going to be like a remake like It did, where it's like the same storyline, or do you think they're going to switch it up?
No, it's a sequel, man. Like, it's Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah.
So, like, the first movie is canon, and then we're picking up the story at some point after, like...
Wherever it's gone.
So, no, it's a sequel, man. It's not a reboot, not a remake, nothing. It's a sequel.
Let's do Happy Friday Goes and Sees Beetlejuice next year.
I'm for that. I am for that.
Yeah, so let's see here. That'll be 16 months from now.
Let's do it.
I think my calendar's empty right now.
So one thing I still we'll throw it on the calendar. One thing I still have not done that I was always a little bit chicken shit to do was say Beetlejuice 3 times into the mirror.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, because of that movie. Like I don't feel like I ever did it. I was always
like the Bloody Mary thing.
Yeah, I was like maybe I'll say it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it.
The funniest part about that was I had a friend tell me you had to say Bloody Mary 47 times into the mirror, and then say bloody dog bones 47 times in the mirror. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of repeating.
Yeah.
That's a long time in there.
And what if you miscount?
And what the fuck, bloody dog bones? What does that even mean?
That? Yeah,
what if you miscount on that? Like you accidentally do 48?
Yeah, or you do 46, nothing happens.
Yeah.
48, you unleash hell on earth. All right, coming up this weekend, we've got, not so far into the future, we got Mother's Day. Mother's Day, great day of the year. I am married to a mother. She is the mother of my children. I have my own mom who I adore, who I'm very close with. You guys, from what I remember, your mom fucking listens to every show you do.
Every show.
Right?
Including Master
Thanks,
Cast.
Vicky.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about your mom, Art, but you guys seem to have good relationships with your moms.
Yeah.
What are you guys up to this weekend?
Great relationships with our mom. And I'm pretty sure that your mom, Louise, tunes into Happy Friday Denver after we were, went on KOA and, kind of talked about it. So that's pretty cool.
That is.
Thanks for your support, Louise, of course. So I'm taking Mom out to have pho. She's never had pho before.
Oh, nice.
So
pho's great.
It's going to be her first experience because my dad, he's like meat, potatoes, vegetables.
Okay, sure,
He doesn't try shit. So Dad's out of town. He's in Darlington this weekend. He's going to the NASCAR race, so have fun, Pops. I'm taking Mom to go do some pho.
That's gonna be
Sweet,
great.
dude. That'll be fun.
That's going to be great. We are going to do a dual Mother's Day celebration with my mom and Merle. And Merle is one of her very best friends from way back in the Chicago days. And we'll also have Merle's daughter with us, Emma, who is like our sister, with my brother, Eric, I love you. Mom, I love you. Merle, I love you. Emma, I love you. And we're going to go get some Italian food at Angelo's in Littleton.
Oh, that's a good spot.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
It's so funny you said that because I went to Angelo's in Denver with my mom last Friday.
Okay.
And got some oysters.
It's great.
And so, yeah, it was phenomenal. So we're going up to my parents' house in the morning for brunch. It'll be me, my wife, my kids, and my mom and dad. And then in the afternoon, we're doing stuff, me, my wife, and my kids.
What part of town do your folks live in?
They up the hill, like west of Golden.
Oh,
so
nice.
like just up there in the mountains. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be lovely.
Yes.
We love you, Diane, and we love you, Kristen. My two favorite moms in my life.
We love you all.
I'm putting it on me right now, gentlemen. To all the mothers in the world, I wish you the happiest Mother's Day possible, and may it be a joyous day, and you celebrate yourself as well.
Cheers. All right, what else you guys got going on this weekend?
Monster Jam is in town. I'm stoked. So monster trucks, baby. So they were here in February, but they were at Ball Arena. This is at Mile High Stadium,
Outdoors.
guys. We got more room for air. It's going to be badass. I'm hoping the weather holds out.
Well,
Monster
if it
Jam.
keeps raining, dude, it'll be extra sloppy.
Oh, it's going to be a muddy
fun.
mess. It's
So
going to be
that'll
muddy
be
mess.
cool.
So yeah, if anyone's looking for something to do, there's still tickets available. Come out, hang out, see some monster trucks.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I'm doing MVT on Friday, and then I got a bunch of kid shit, all weekend. And then we're
For
doing
the new listeners, what is MVT?
music video theater. So, me, my wife, and two of our friends, they send me 10 music videos. I curate it into a list for maximum vibe. Then we get ripped, and we watch all 40 videos. And it is
awesome.
one of the most fun things that I think I've ever done.
MVT.
Maybe one of these days, Art and I will get an invite.
No, we've talked about this off mic. We don't do this here.
Okay, fine.
We don't do this here.
If you're looking for something else to
He's
do,
trying to guilt me into it while we're live on the air, which is not going to work.
that's not going to work, and it's going to be a long-going joke, and that's fine. So if you're not at Monster Jam, if you're not at John's doing MVT, you can go see Billy Strings. What an amazing guitar player. He's at the Mission Saturday night. If I wasn't doing Monster Jam, I'd be there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be a good show. I was just at the Mission seeing the Pixies, and that was fucking amazing.
Fuck yeah.
So that'll be great. All right. Anything else before we wrap up, fellas?
Man, this was
I would like to say that I love both you, and I'm so happy to be here recording this episode with y'all. And I want everybody in Denver to have such a good Happy Friday, because it is a Happy Friday, Denver.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, a Happy Friday, Denver. Happy Friday, Denver is where you find us at gmail.com. Send us segment ideas. Send us whatever it is you want, because we would love to talk about your shit on this show. If you're interested in sponsoring this show, Happy Friday Denver is the best way to get in touch with us. We are very responsive. Happy Friday Den is social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Mile High Life is where you find all the best pods in Denver. Literally, the best pods in Denver, which includes this one. It includes Vic Lombardi's Denver. It includes Men About Town. It includes DeHuff Uncensored. Did That Age Well, Left Hand, Right Brain, Let's Get Drunk and Talk About Your Wedding, The Gen X Show,
That is
Mile
the
High Cinema.
lineup.
I fucking did them all. All right.
That's the lineup.
That is how it's done. We love you, Denver. Have a happy Friday. Peace out.